I've shit on myself at the Comedy Store. So
You did.
mid set,
What?
it was an open mic, and I coughed too hard, and
And a little bit ran out.
right before they called my name, I had shit in my pants, and I had to go on stage.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike Murphy Show. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy, my man, 100 Grand.
John Graham.
We back in the building, y'all. Good episode last week. I want to start off by saying this. This nigga John Grimes damn near got a standing ovation on Sunday at the Laugh Factory. I'm going to just keep it 100. And I'm not saying this because he's my man. He's on the show. He had the best set of the night. Facts. And they sent him up first, which, for people who's not familiar with comedy, usually the person that goes up first is like the least experienced or the least known, something to that effect. They save like the best for last, the most famous for last, something like that. So Naeem Lynn, Plastic Cowboy, shout out my man Naeem out. He closed the show out. Crazy set too. But Grimes went up first, and first of all, he was dressed like a sharecropper. Let's address that. I don't know what I thought this shit was part of one of his jokes. It wasn't. So
That fit slapped.
there's that. I don't know, but maybe the ancestors was with this nigga. Juneteenth just ended. I don't fucking know, but the nigga went up there and cooked. I was like, oh shit. And here's when you know you cook. Like the fans will tell you, like the audience will, that's when you get off stage and all the other comedians are like, hey, my nigga, what you doing, bro? Like, now we gotta work? Yeah, get to work, bro. So shout out my man John Grimes for that, because that was dope.
No, thank you, sir. That was a very fun set. You know what's funny about that set is Chocolate Sundaes is a very popular show in LA and online. And then sometimes I would do the show and I think to myself, oh shit, man, they be posting clips. You can have a funny moment. You can go viral. That shit can, do numbers for you. And I remember saying to myself earlier that week, I said, if you want something like that, you're probably not focusing on the show. And so I told myself earlier that week, I said, just go up there and give them what the people on the road are getting. That's all I thought. I said, I'm not going to try to make a joke funny that could be clipped. I'm going to just go show the people in LA what I be doing on the road. And that's all I thought. I said, I'm going to just go out there and just do what I think is what works on the road. I'm going to do it in front of these people. I'm not going to worry about what's clippable. I'm not going to worry about anything else, but just go be yourself and then go do the shit that works on civilians. And ironically, to me, that was, I think, one of the best that I've had end to end on that on Chocolate Sundaes. I've had other sets I thought were like, oh my God, I love this joke so much. But from the beginning of me walking on stage to me walking off, I thought that was the most, that was very solid.
So as many times as I've seen you perform, before Sunday, the best set that I've seen you do was the one that Tone mentioned on his podcast when they were running late and you went up after Morgan J.
Oh, Laugh Factory.
Laugh Factory, Ruby Tuesdays. That's what it was, right? Ruby Tuesdays?
No, that was Saturday night.
It was a Saturday.
Saturday night.
We was just hanging out.
Yeah.
And Tone was on that show.
Tone was closing it, and the middle of the show, they was, one of the comics, they wasn't there yet. They were trying to figure out what to do with the
Rube
free
was
time.
late.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what to do with the free time.
And he was like, throw Grammy up.
Yeah.
So when I seen that set, I was like, oh, that was the best set I saw. And I remember the only critique that Tone gave for you, because we was up there watching, we was like, oh shit. Tone was like, yo, I loved it, but I got to give him, some feedback. And I was like, oh shit. And this is how I know I was more inexperienced than he was, because he saw something that I didn't even see in the moment. He was like, you didn't close it out with a banger. Like you said something, it killed. You kept going with some regular shit. And it was like, oh, thanks for you should have added something or stopped.
He wanted me to do the full circle ending of that bit that he's seen before on the road.
About the other
which is another thing about do what you do on the road that makes people laugh. And sometimes I don't.
I thought you was going to do a Sunday too. I was waiting for that part of it.
You know what's funny about that is I had already got the light. And I wanted to get to my...
To the dad joke.
Yeah, I said, because
I was like, bro, what the fuck is he going to do this shit?
No, bro, that's funny.
No, but that was... That Saturday set, when you filled in, that I saw, was the best set I seen from you. And then Sunday came around, I was like, yeah. And here's the thing. So this is salute to y'all. The people, we had 266 subscribers. I know that sounds like some bullshit. to most people because there's people with millions. I don't care about them. I care about us. And last week we had 190. So we jumped up 76 subscribers in 1 week, which is amazing. I think when I showed you,
that's crazy.
The analytics told us it was like 716% rise. So I appreciate y'all. But here's the thing about this podcast that I really like. Me and Grimy, we hang out a lot. The comedy clubs are always together if he's not out of town or whatever. We seen people in the Laugh Factory that were looking at us and was like, yo, what's up? I'm thinking they know this nigga. They dapped him up like, and he's like, oh, cool. He walks upstairs, me, Grimy, and Tahir, like, who the fuck was that? He's like, you don't know him? He's like, nah. I'm like, oh, shit. We dapped him up like he knew him. So then later on, he kept looking at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga looking at? And he was like, yo, y'all two niggas is funny as hell. And I was like, oh, he's talking about the clip that went viral. So it was like that thing being recognized and being like, oh, you two are, because it's not like, oh, we're just doing a podcast and then it's like, y'all see you next week. We're out together. So when people see us, they're like, oh, these are the two niggas. And that's good. But now we got to get to the point where it's like, I seen them in this city this weekend, what you've been getting.
Yeah. And honestly, the getting recognized from the podcast is funny because it's like, you try to get on TV, you try to get ads, you try to get commercials, you try to book stuff as an LA comic because you like, you're in LA, you might as well audition for shit. But for somebody to go, I saw you on something without you having to audition is like the ultimate flex. Because eventually, when enough people see you without auditioning, the people who control that shit is like, let's just use them instead. Yeah. And now they're going to look out for us and say, yo, can we use y'all for like a topic? And then like blah, blah, blah. And I think the coolest part about this is that you just don't, how do I want to say that? Like, it could lead to more stuff than we realize. Like, we thought we was just being goofy. I legitimately do this podcast just off the strength of being goofy.
Yeah, it's just a platform to just fuck around and be funny.
Y'all got to keep making stuff. We want to see that shit. And, like, we're providing a service we didn't know we were providing, I guess. And that's kind of weird to think about.
So going into it, because I reached out to you about doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, and for y'all that don't know the story, I think I said it once on her, maybe I didn't. He was the first person I had in mind because I felt like our dynamic is different and would balance out. And I was like, if I can't get him, I want a woman. So I reached out to a guest we had on her, Chelsea, and she wasn't available. So then I went with another one of my boys. It didn't work out with me and him. We did a couple episodes that y'all never saw because audio was messed up, video was messed up on a couple. It just never worked out. And we both mutually decided, like, this probably ain't the best time for us to do this right now. So then I was like, fuck. So I just mentioned to him, like, yo, I don't know if you're busy or not. He was like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, oh shit, cool. We did a pilot episode.
Test run, yeah.
And that's the clip you see where I said, yo, do I look fat in this dress? That video did 32,000 views on Instagram when we first dropped it. I was like, oh, we got something. So I kind of figured this would be something, but now it's starting to be more because, like you said, I got to following, so people was recognizing me before from social media. So I was already kind of used to that. You didn't. So now that it's happening from something outside of, oh, I saw you this weekend in this city, you're like, yo, I seen you on.
Yeah.
That's different for you.
So that's, what's funny about this is like maybe the last couple of years, I've got a couple people when I was out in roads, somebody go, I saw you on Chocolate Sundaes. I saw your clip and I was like, oh, that's dope. That's weird. I'm in Kansas City and a girl said it to me and I was like, oh shit, that feels cool. But this podcast, like, let's just talk about this clip. Let's call it, I would say that's viral. I think it's viral.
It's
700,000 views. Like,
it's over 1 million in total so far.
Yeah, so it's over 1 million views overall in between apps. But like, it says, it'll tell you like 600,000 accounts have seen this. Just think about that in like a human form. 600,000 people have saw this same video and thought it was funny, right? And it's like, oh shit, I don't know where those 600,000 people are, but somebody gotta be somewhere. And so when somebody walk up on you now and go, hey, y'all funny, they could be one of the 600K that saw that clip and go, yo, that's the nigga with the no mustache. That's the nigga that's like they quoting both sides of the story.
Yeah.
Nigga, you been harassed. Or you pressed charges. Oh, nigga, you never had your lips held. They be putting that shit in quotes, and I'd be like, who said that? Did I say that? Did Mike say that? I don't even know. I watch the video, but I don't really watch it like that. I'm watching because there was a conversation we just had. I don't even think about it like that.
People don't believe when I said And for y'all, I tell y'all, we don't have a team. I do all the editing. I make the reels, everything. When we had the conversation, if you watch the full episode, it was the last fucking thing. And he said, oh, before we go, hold on. And I said, all right, what? And he said it, and I was like, nigga, what? And that just was kind of like, I was just perplexed. Like, yo, what did he go through? Like, it was funny, but to me, it was not like, wait till everybody hears this. Like, yo.
I did think you would do that. But you know what's funny about that?
You said you did or you didn't think?
I thought it'd be funny, like hee haw, these niggas still goofy. I didn't think it would get that kind of reception.
No, I didn't think none of that. I thought people were gonna be like, oh, that's weird.
And you know how we just told Tone and he had to like stop and start laughing by himself for a couple seconds? I was like, damn, I guess it's funny, but like the way people were responding, it was like funnier than they thought it would be.
But think about this. We had a conversation, right? So you don't see it again until the reel comes out.
Right.
So I had a conversation, you left, I went to sleep, boom. Next day, I edited the podcast, and I didn't even make the reels the same day I edited the podcast. I seen the edit of the podcast. That's the last thing. So it ain't like I seen that, then had to edit more. That's the last thing I'm seeing before I get off the computer. Still didn't think none of it. Made the fucking reel. Was like, I got to use this because I remember I marked it like, oh, this is funny. And then was like, okay, posted it. I'm filming. He texted me like, yo, this shit's going crazy. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, do you put it on TikTok? I was like, nah, hold on. I heard him put it on TikTok. Boom, it takes off. I'm like,
the other half of me.
Oh shit, this is crazy. But it was just like one of them things where it was like, I had all that opportunity to realize the greatness of it.
Yeah.
And still was like, it's regular.
We don't know how people receive how we communicate. We don't know what's going to be a home run. If we did, we'd put that shit out right away every day. Like, it's like at bats. We just keep hitting at bats, and then like a clip goes somewhere, and people be like, "Yo, I remember y'all from that, and now I'm plugged in on y'all now."
Some chick said, or it might not have been.
Comments are hilarious, by the way.
It was somebody was like, "I don't know how the algorithm showed me this video, but I'm glad I did. You earned a fan." One dude was like, "I'm subscribing just off this. This is pure comedy."
So many people tag their barbers, and the barber's like, "Man, I ain't never do no shit like that. Why you tag me in
Swear
this,
to
bro?"
God. Some chick today, I was reading the comments because on my phone that has the Instagram for the podcast,
yeah,
those notifications show up every comment. On my Instagram, on my regular phone, that shit's turned off. Nigga, I wouldn't get shit done, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I glanced over and I seen a comment, and the girl said, as soon as at the same exact time as you was saying that's a cult, I was saying the same thing. So where's like quotables in this? Like, nigga, that's a cult. Like, people are saying that, like, in the comments, like, nigga, that's a cult. Nigga, press charges.
Yo,
like,
it's funny how the community has been like, yo, we all on the same page here. What the fuck? And it don't matter how many times I check my Instagram or comment, there's always a new comment like, yeah, no, dog, the fuck? Like, it's always the fuck in
not
there.
the fuck never, bro.
Yeah, like, it's just so funny that everybody's
Someone
on the same
said it today,
page.
he was like, nigga, what are you talking about?
He asked me for clarity.
He was like, did you like hold you like...
Why would he do it, though? I was like, you know, just to...
But you know it's so fucked up. This is another thing that shows you like when you're so disconnected from something. When you said that, he was like, well, what about when you were younger? And I'm like, my barber...
Yeah,
I'm telling you, and they're like, nigga, did you have a mustache in 6th grade? I'm thinking like, yes, nigga. Like,
a lot of people was on your head about that, bro.
But I'm not even lying. Like, I showed pictures when I was a kid. Like, I had the little peach foot. Like,
he's like, why would the coach have a bunch of 6th graders in his basement?
Oh yeah, that did sound crazy. That idea was like, but again, because it was culturally for us, that was the thing. Like, his name is Bill. We call him Bill Barr. He was a coach, but he was like one of them woke black power niggas. Like, he be at Freaknik all the time and shit with the camcorder. Then he got pictures, like when he would cut in the salon, when he finally got to a barbershop, you go to his mirror, right? You can't even see the fucking mirror because it's like pictures with like the Wu-Tang, all the
celebrities.
Yeah, like he would be in all these events, basically vlogging back when Freaknik was a thing. And he was the man, Bill Barr. He cut if you played football for the Garfield Gators in the 90s, Bill Barr was probably your barber. He cut that was his... He probably survived just off of us. And he lived in the projects with his mom, I think. And he cut in the basement. We go down there, be playing fucking Run DMC and shit and Craig Mack and, it's the shit, whatever was popping. But that was his thing. We got and this is a time when, I don't know if this was around when you was still, because you're not that much younger than me. But when members niggas had the double line,
yeah,
like that was his thing. He had a double line.
Oh, like Power Line and Goofy Movie.
Like just going around, you hold a double hairline. That was the thing. Then he had like the star parts and all that shit. Like Bill Barr was the fucking man, and then he just fell off. But people was like, you had a beard in 6th grade. I'm thinking like, I never said beard. The whole conversation was about a mustache. And yes, I did have peach fuzz. Like, I'm hairy as fuck. Look at me. What you mean? You thinking I'm lying about this shit?
You know what's funny? Is when I got to my barbershop on Sunday,
Oh.
my barber was like, so you thought that it would be funny to tell people.
And so that's the barber.
I'm holding your listening.
Oh, no, it was funny because you
No, it was a funny idea. I thought they would get a kick out of it. Like, I should do a sketch of you trying to walk into my barbershop and everybody started to be like this. All the barbers like, so you told, okay, well, Epstein ass nigga. Like, no, bro.
this nigga's a snitch.
Yeah. I was like, no, bro, I thought it would be funny, man. Y'all, we good. We good, right?
That shit was crazy.
Nah, man.
So this happened, right? I don't even know if I told you this. So this is, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to be vulnerable with y'all for a quick second. You ever had somebody say something to you and it triggers you or bothers you, but you can't identify like the reasoning why?
Oh, sure.
So me and Grammy got this YouTube. We got the Clips channel for just the shorts. Then I got my own YouTube channel, comedian Mike Murphy. Follow that if you're not. And so I created another channel when we created this one. And I planned on doing something else with that. So on that channel, I was making reaction videos to funny shit. And I didn't want to do I did one like Pop the Balloon, and it did pretty good numbers as far as I only got 67 subscribers on her. So for the numbers it did, I was like, that's fair. But I didn't really this ain't my thing, you know what I mean? Because I used to only just roasting this shit. That's what I'm good at. So I was doing that, but I'm like, I don't really like this, you know what I mean? So I was like, let me do something that nobody else is doing. So I started doing reactions to America's Funniest Home Videos.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to record 20 minutes of the video, but then I'll break it down to about 15 minutes and keep in what I like and what I don't. So there's going to be shit that's probably not funny. So I was doing that, and it was okay. People was like, oh, you funny, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Some dude commented and was like, cut the G act. This is YouTube. I can't even bring it up because eventually he deleted the thread. But he said, cut the G act. This is YouTube. You're a grown man. Act like it. It's advice. Take it or leave it. And I was like, now, normally I'd have been like, who the fuck is you? But it's not Instagram. I can't go through his page and see pictures and be like, so I was like, well, what do you mean? Because then I took a minute to be an adult and be like, well, what is he saying? You know what I mean? Maybe he's trying to give me good advice about something, but he's just maybe delivering it poorly. And then I started to feel like he was saying stop acting black. That's what started to bother me. To cut the G act. I was going on YouTube acting black or some shit I'm not. You know what I mean? So that started to bother me. And he was then he started explaining yo, if you do some shit, basically he was be corny like Logan and Jake Paul. You see how they're corny and their shit blows up. If you want to talk a certain way and act a certain way, you're going to be limited to brand deals. More YouTube is going to put you in a small algorithm because they're going to see that your content is, not for everybody. That again, I was like, you're still not being direct. You're beating around the bush. I wanted him to be like, yo, stop acting like a nigga and talk like this, or you know what I mean? But he wasn't saying it. And I started getting mad as fuck. And then when I went back, all the comments was gone. And I was like, oh, I can't even respond. And this shit was eating me up for 4 days. And I'm like, I sat on it. I went back and deleted all those reaction videos. And I was like, I know what it is. Part of it is I'm putting so much work into Instagram, to the podcast, to the regular shit, and I'm not getting the traction that I'm thinking. I see other people yeah, I just got this deal and I'm doing this. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm doing the same shit. What the fuck is happening? And then I felt like the reaction videos were me doing something that was trending now.
Fishing.
Yeah, oh, this is what's...
Yeah, you trying to...
Let me do what, So when Kevin Hart did the stream with Kai and Drewski, right? That ain't what Kevin Hart does. But he's doing what is...
It felt forced because it's appropriate now.
But it was... They killed it. They did good because but he was in there being unk. He wasn't trying to be...
Right, it's not natural to his normal... That's what I mean about force. Force, yo, I wouldn't normally go on a live stream.
No, he's not doing his own live stream.
Now was popping, so I'm going to be a part of it. Because Kevin's definitely forward facing. He's like, oh, That's the hot move. I'll do the hot move.
But he wasn't like doing his own streams, like I'm doing
No,
24
yeah.
hours. They're like, no, we ain't here. He went to their world.
Went to their world.
And was funny. And then he's in there like being funny, like, yeah, chat. Like he's saying like little buzzwords. They're like, oh, he's funny. That's he was being himself. And I felt like, and I ain't ashamed to say this, I felt like I wasn't being myself in reaction videos because I was talking like myself and my own shit, but I'm like, this is some young, like this isn't me, I'm older. Right. I need to do something more my speed.
Yeah, you better off like doing a video of a family walking out of a grocery store and the girls carrying the bags and you being like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
So now what I've been doing was I've been getting some DMs and some emails, people saying like, asking me like, yo, they fuck with the podcast, they like the videos. Advice, this happened. Not even just relationship advice, just everything. So I made videos for that. I didn't drop it yet, but I will, but it's more age appropriate.
I feel like what that is for you is how it was for me with this, how I approached my set last week. I was thinking to myself that, you know, like I said, Chocolate Sundaes can make you viral. You could be a popular guy if it shit go right for you on the right video, on the right clip. And I got so thirsty for that I was like, all right, every time I do Chocolate Sundaes, I'm going to do a new set, a brand new set, new 10-minute, new 12-minute set every time I go there.
That's what I did both times because I didn't want to do the same shit.
Exactly. And I realized that there is a problem in comedy right now. There's a full-on problem. And the problem is we are trying to satisfy the customer versus being an artist. That is a problem. Like we should be focused on being an artist and showing us that our art works on any city, any clientele, any crowd. The jokes are funny. They work in Alaska, they work in Oklahoma, they work in Texas, they work in Florida. Why are we compromising our art to satisfy the consumer that we don't even know if they're buying or not yet? So I think that's something that made me realize, like, yo, I'm not about to change my art because I'm doing a popular show this weekend. These jokes slap. They slap in Texas. They slap in Ohio. They slapped in New York. Why am I not slapping in LA? I'm going to do the exact same set in LA. And that was the first time I said that to myself and did it. And I was like, it's not the crowd. It's the artist. The artist is changing his mind too much about what he knows he's good at. Paint the fucking mural.
Let me ask you this.
Paint the fucking Mona Lisa everywhere you go.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever, it's not off topic, but a little bit. Have you ever prepared, like, okay, you're writing a new joke and you're like, all right, I'm going to do this. And you kind of got to, you know, paint it in your head. And then in the moment when you're starting to say the joke, you be like, audible, and just go a different direction or say it a different way, and it don't go, I mean, it could go well or it could go, you be like, why the fuck did I change up this shit that I've been working on all fucking week? Why did I say it differently in a moment? Like like maybe some outside variable affects what you do. Like maybe you're watching a comedian before you and he does something a little bit and gets like a good reaction. You're like, oh, I'm gonna say it like this when I go up. And you change it.
Earlier in my career, yes, I did think that, oh, I can do this. I can change this up. Or I'm in the hood tonight. Like I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna do that. Not that I'm not gonna do that joke. I'm gonna do it a little more. I'm like, bro, the hood is the number one place that can tell you bullshitting.
Facts.
You can fake it in the suburbs. You can fake it in a suburban family neighborhood. The hood can immediately tell why are you.
Bro,
talking
if you
like this,
went on stage and was like, yeah, and these niggas was up, they'll be like, man, get the fuck out of here.
So here's the funny thing about like my brother. This is the night I met Ralph Barbosa. When we was in Texas, South Dallas, we did a show
during COVID.
During COVID, we went to Texas, and this show was rowdy as shit. And me and my brother was sitting next to a booth full of niggas who was, I don't know what they were celebrating. It was like 8 niggas, and they all was loud. My brother kept saying to himself, like, hey, man, if I got to shoot one of these niggas. I'm like, no, nigga, you don't have to shoot nobody, dog. Relax. Like, they wilding, but they're not going to eat. Like, but they start talking while you on stage, it's going to be a problem. I'm like, nigga, this is my job. I will be fine. So, but that's the thing, though, is that me and my brother know how we were raised, and that don't bother me. I grew up around that. The 8 wild niggas wilding. The comics on stage, though, they might be like, hey, guys, if I could just finish my set. Like, they were doing that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But them niggas was like, nah, fuck all that, nigga, blah, blah, blah. The minute I go on stage, first thing I do is talk to them right away. I'm like, hey, all that hood shit got stopped for 8 minutes, my nigga. They like, what? And they started laughing like, they ain't supposed to stop for 8 minutes. They all that gangsta shit, time that shit out real quick. Quick time out on the gangsta shit. I got a quick little set, and the next nigga, y'all can fuck him up. They was like, oh, that nigga crazy, bro. That nigga talking about he shut the fuck. And I was like, my brother was like, oh, okay.
Being present.
We was in the hood. Yeah, that's some shit we would say. Like, hey, I know y'all on that wild shit. Well, my turn, chill. But then when I get done, fuck the next nigga up. So they was like, oh, he gets us. So like I addressed it head on.
They felt included.
Exactly. It's all about the artist, bro. We know what to do. So when you said you have a feeling about something, the feeling is comics, anybody. The feeling you have is probably right. Where you fuck up at is when you question the feeling and try to split it in the middle. No. You either commit to your chaos or you accept who you are and what you plan on doing. You cannot bridge those. It's either these niggas wilding, I gotta do something about this. Bernie Mac style. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, right? You either can be a Bernie Mac, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, or you could be I'm your conscience. And you can't do nothing about this. And now you're just getting cooked for 5 minutes. Like the fork in the road is always there. If a show is going left and right, the fork in the road is always there. Can you be the hero?
Like, I don't know. I don't remember the bit, but Kevin Hart talks about this in his book. And he says he's doing a show with Buck Wild. Shout out Buck Wild. I fuck with him. He's from Philly. He came up with Michael Blackson and all them. They're all in the same class, whatever. But they were doing some show. And he said there's like a security in the back that ain't fucking being security. And he said there was some niggas from these Richard Allen projects in Philly. Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
Spank, like, I know these niggas because these niggas is, you know what I mean? So this one dude goes up and they're like, they're fucking the whole show up, pretty much. I ain't gonna get into it. They're fucking the whole show up. And Kev is like, fuck, what do I do? They threw a drink on one nigga, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, assalamu alaikum. They're like, get the fuck out of here. We ain't trying to hear that shit. Kev goes up and he was like, I don't want no problems. I'm a bitch ass nigga. Like, and he plays into the Kev that we known in the beginning. Is like
that set that we saw at the yeah.
Remember, he's like, yo, I'm gonna pop the trunk. She's like, who you gonna pop the trunk on and get the strollers? Like, why would you say that? Like, him playing into like, I can't fight you niggas. He said they didn't like laugh, but they shut the fuck up. He was like, and that meant more than anything because they were there to fuck the show up. And when I went up there, at least let me do my set. Yeah. He was like, and it was okay. Like, he was like, there was a couple of those, which normally would be horrible for us. You saw the joke, and then they was like, oh, okay. You were like, oh, shit. But in a hostile workplace like that, and you get him to be like, yeah, nigga, you funny. He was like, I leaned into who I was. I wasn't trying to be tough. I wasn't trying to do, he's like, I was just me. And they could see that there was like respect.
In fact, when I got off stage, all them little niggas in that booth came right over to my booth, like, hey, nigga, mother niggas, whatever, nigga, you. Like, that is something that you can't teach it. You can't teach it. It's just who you are. They either go, hey, this nigga's committed to who he was and we can't change him, so fuck it, let him cook. And like, I think that's the funny thing about it is that I've been blessed, and you can call it a blessing, to grow up where I grew up and then experience other things outside of that. And so I can talk to a Fortune 500 CEO and I can talk to a nigga on the corner still. And both voices, both persons that I am, both people can go, he ain't bullshitting. He know what he talking about a little bit. Like neither one of them would call me a fake. It's just because I know I met this guy before. This guy was my brother. And this guy is the guy that hired me at a different point in my lifetime. So I'm not faking either one. I just have been well-rounded enough to go, I can dance in both rooms.
You know what you did Sunday that I didn't want to say like, because I know the way I'm going to word is going to sound like, you reminded me of Chappelle in one of your bits, the son bit, when you mocked your son's voice.
Yeah.
I could hear like Chappelle doing that. Like, and I was like, oh, and it's a testament of like, you grew up, your St. Louis upbringing is his DC upbringing.
Yeah.
But your Chase Banking and is his Ohio culture. So when you're telling that joke, and he's like, what did I do, Dad? I just seen him like, oh, this nigga's like on the path to another legend. Like this is, And it's not because no one looks at Dave and be like, oh, he's a thug.
Right.
Like you see someone like Corey Holcomb or someone like Godfrey, educated, all that, but you know it's like he might fuck me. He's probably with the shits.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb probably got niggas with him. Mike Epps probably got niggas with him.
Yeah.
It's like I'm up there. It's like, hey guys, I'm not a lame, but I'm not about to act like I'm up here on some street shit.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's like,
it's the middle ground that I think, to me,
is gonna get you on TV.
It's the part that gets you paid by white people. They go, I mean, he's black, but he is palatable, and we can pay for that. Like, that's just a fact, bro.
But I respect that the most because some people be like, yo, you a sellout. Like certain times where I'm doing certain things, I be like, what would my niggas back home think? And not maybe like my close friends, but just like niggas.
You know what's funny though? Is that night a nigga from St. Louis was in the room and he kept dapping me up before the show started. Like, yo, yeah, you from St. Louis, right? I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then when I got on stage, he's like, hey, nigga, you hilarious. What high school did you go to again? I was like, Eureka. He said, Eureka, which is like 40 miles outside of St. Louis.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was in a DSEG. And he was like, oh, desegregation. I was like, yeah, I was in the DSEG program. So I got busted out from the south side. I was on the State Streets.
I remember you told us about that a couple episodes back.
And I said, State Streets. He was like, oh, you from the State Streets? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, okay. And then he just stopped right there.
So let me guess, the State Streets are streets named after states.
Yeah.
All right.
So I grew up on Iowa Avenue in Miami. And if you from the city of St. Louis, you go, oh, yeah. No, they was tripping over there back when I grew up. You didn't go over there.
Yeah.
So, like, he knew when I said it what I meant by that. Like, hey, no, I went to the bus, but, like, if you would have came to my house, you wouldn't have came to my house. And so he was like, oh, yeah, that sounds about right. So that's why my shows, when I go back to St. Louis, the room is legitimately split. A bunch of people over here that are like, we're here for a good old comedy show. And this side of the room is like, who the fuck?
The niggas that watch you on the news,
news
earlier that day.
That's my nigga. I beat all y'all fucking ass that talk while he's on stage. Niggas be like, we're gonna let him talk, sir. Like, the room is split down the middle every time I go back home. So that's why I be like, oh shit, hey, y'all good. I promise y'all good. Don't worry about them over there. Like, they here to support me. Just don't interrupt me. I swear to God.
I think both of us, honestly, I think we had like a beautiful future because, like I told you before, like I grew up in the hood and a lot of me is rough. And I'm working on, like again, I said, I'll be like, if I do this, like what will my niggas think?
Yeah.
And then I'll be thinking to myself, like, if I passed up on this or I didn't do this because of what they thought, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, do I want to be these?
Not living your life then.
Yeah, like what the fuck, nigga? So there's certain shit I'll be like, okay, cool. Like I'm doing this. Like, I'll say this because I'm filming this movie, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in the movie is white except the one girl I haven't met yet. She's black. I haven't met her yet. I haven't been around white people like that, like in that capacity.
Right.
So a lot of these dates and stuff are going on in the movie for the, I don't want to give it away, but we was at a wine tasting yesterday, fucking Temecula.
Yeah.
That sits 97 miles from my house. It took me 2 hours to get there.
They taste wine there for sure.
We got this hot as fuck wine tasting. I ain't fucking never been to wine. I don't know shit about wine. The girl I'm with knows, she knows mad shit. The people I'm with, the producers and all that, they got a membership there.
For sure.
I'm like, oh, what's this? They're like, you should taste this. You like this? I'm like, boom, boom. I'm tasting wine. I'm in a vineyard and shit. And I just felt so the least amount of nigga in me.
You got cultured.
I was like, bro, I was talking to people. Yeah, I felt so like welcoming. Like, oh shit. I wasn't doing this. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
That was the first time in a long time that I felt like at peace with just my surroundings. And I'm like, and I don't want to sound like I was around a bunch of white people. Nah. Because there was I met some Iraqi photographer out there. Me and him talking about the war and shit, his language. I was just like, oh shit, I'm opening my mind to all this shit.
It's carefree.
I'm like, bro, this is like, you get so conditioned living in like the hood to be like, fuck that shit. Wine tasting, corny ass nigga.
A carefree day.
Bro, I haven't felt like that. I felt at peace. Everybody was laughing. I'm a comedian. I'm cracking jokes and shit. I seen a black couple and they were like, they're doing one of these trying to take the picture. I was like, yo, OG, want me to take the picture? Oh man, appreciate it. Took the picture of him and his wife. And like, yo, real quick. asked him a question because it was like a wall with like all these locks, and you like draw a heart and write your
like
name.
France, yeah.
But I seen niggas who like wrote it on the wood. And I asked the girl that I was like in the scene with, I was like, if you on a first date, boom, y'all pull up. Locks is $45. He's like, I ain't spending $45 on that. We just write our name in here. Is that cute? Or does that give you the ick? Like, this nigga broke? Like, you don't want to spend $45? She's like, nah, I'd probably be like, yeah, like I said, oh, you and your nigga go steal from Target together. Cause you cool with it, you know what I mean? She was like, yeah. So I asked Black Dude, he was like, nah, that's the best $45 I invested because we can come back in 5 years and be like, oh, remember the lock is still there. The wood might be washed away, whatever they painted it, the lock is still there. And she gonna be looking at me, and the wife was like, yeah, he buy me a lock. I was like, oh. But just talking to them, they was like, yo, nice meeting you. I don't be that pleasant around people. I was like, yo, this shit crazy. It was different, bro. And I was like, this is showing me that I'm glad I got the fuck out of my city, dog.
You know what the best part is that I knew, and it's not a slight to my hometown, I knew I shouldn't have been there after high school.
Oh, like you should have did
like
right.
My senior year in high school, I said, I have to go elsewhere. I have to go further out to get the understanding of myself I need. I could not blossom where I was because I grew up in a bubble, and then I grew up in another. Like I just kept growing up in bubbles. These bubbles all
Yeah, there's a ceiling.
They didn't connect. Yeah, I couldn't get higher, and so I thought to myself, I gotta go somewhere where the opportunity is so limitless. You'll find out who you really are.
So when you got to California, let me ask you this: when you got to California, let's say after about 6 months, did you have the need, like the urge to be like, you want to tell all your friends back home, like, yo, y'all need to be out here? Or was it like, these niggas ain't coming? Because I wanted to tell everybody, like, move.
I wanted to tell my siblings, not the people from the hood. Because I wanted my siblings to know, because of how we grew up. I was like, yo, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but the world is yours. And St. Louis might not tell y'all that. But, like, if you come out here, you might believe you can do more. I try to get my big sister to move out here. My older sister. There's 5 of us. She's number 1.
How much older is she than you?
She's only 6 years older than me, but it's 5 of us. So we all got born 5 of us in an 8-year span. My older sister, when I had my first kid, I said, you want to come out here? You can live with us. Just watch our kid during the day. We was going to hire a sitter anyway. Yeah. And the rest of the weekend is yours to go be a LA person. And she didn't come. She asked her pastor back home. And her pastor at the church was like, well, you don't need to leave where you are.
Church be killing black people.
Bro, I ain't going to lie to you. That was one of those few days in my life where I said, I can't believe they told you that. Because you're going to live in St. Louis the rest of your life now. And when you 48, 55, you're going to go, why didn't I go to LA when I was 33 years old? Why, like, you're going to ask yourself, I was in the middle of my 30s. Why did I not go to LA? Who told me no? The dude at the church? Like, that's what you're going to say to yourself when you're 55 years old? Because you're going to be like, every choice I've made from 21 on has been, hey, John, age yourself 30 years. Sit on some weird-ass rocking chair. And then ask yourself, are you going to be mad you say yes or no to this decision? That's how I make every decision I make right now.
Bro, a lot of times, I always say consider the source. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I got a dude that's like a father to me.
Yeah.
Love it. I'll die for him. You know what I mean? That's my guy. He always be like, why don't you move back? At least go to Atlanta. Come back home. And at first I was like, man, this nigga hating on me and shit. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, this nigga been in my life all, like, since I've been a kid. What the fuck? And it was bothering me. Then I realized, I said, what he created in our city, they're going to get this nigga a statue one day. But it's all in Pittsburgh. He never had to go anywhere else. You know what I mean? So his perspective is, why can't you do that here? And some people can, because some people blow up in cities like social media.
Right.
But for me to do stand-up, that's not going to happen in Pittsburgh. I would have to get the following I got now, and then, you know, I would still end up out here.
And you still have to come to LA.
Yeah, but he was like, looking at it like, we got a couple people that play football for us in our community that made it to the NFL. 2 people. Actually 3. So him seeing someone like make it on that level, only been from sports. Me being like, I'm gonna do comedy or acting. He's like, huh? To them, that's like, learning Mandarin. Like, what, bro? That don't happen for us. But I didn't take it personal once I realized his perspective is skewed.
The scope.
Yeah, because so that pastor is telling your sister don't go. This nigga, all he know is St. Louis.
Exactly.
He's, you know what I mean?
I got to the other side and saw the river down the mountain and was like, yo, there's more. My sister, and this is why I think my sister should have moved. My sister is a plus size girl, right? Heavy set girl, but loves activity, loves fitness, loves moving her body. I took her out to Runyon Canyon. I took her to the fucking hills, and she thought that shit was amazing. She talks to every stranger coming down the hill. You know how LA is. They looking at her like, why is this lady talking to us? But she's so excited. She's like, hey, ain't this fun, y'all? They like, yeah, all right, have a good day.
Yeah, but Griffin Observatory, she's like, man, bitch, keep walking.
Bro, I'm telling you, she was doing it on every person she walked by. And I said to her, Sylvia, I just watched you the whole day. This is your cup of tea. There's not a single girl in LA that is plus size with show energy about life. No. Girls will see you and go, you can act like that here? Nigga, Lizzo is 10 years too late to what I already tried to get you on.
Facts.
Like, I'm like, you could have moved here right. My son was 6 months old. So this is 9 years ago. I was like, yo, if you come out here right now with your plus size energy, wanting to work out, you know how many girls you're going to find out here that are like, yo, I'm trying to get my body.
She be a fitness coach or some shit, dog. Have a little boutique gym.
I'm selling her the dream. It's not even a dream. It's a potential reality. And she went and asked her church, should she move out here?
Bro, a lot of
people. I to this day, I'll be like,
you know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna
talk about this in 20 years from now. You're gonna be mad.
What you just told me, your sister going to her pastor is not actually the reason why she didn't come out here. Her own fears are the reason why she come out here, and the pastor just made it okay for her to. He validated it.
That's real.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this, like,
that's real.
If you like back to what we said in the beginning when our first episode, when I say, yo, do I look fat in this dress? I don't remember how we got onto that scenario, but we were acting out a scenario, right? You tell your girl, yo, you look fat in that dress, or you gained a lot of weight. What the fuck? She's not mad that you said that. She's mad that you confirmed what she already didn't like.
Truth, yeah.
Yeah, she looking in the mirror like, I don't like how I look. And then now you say it's reality. It's like, oh shit, they can see me. You know, like when we see comedians and people in the front, you're like, bitch, you know I can see you. Like,
yeah.
People be at the comedy shows in the front row talking or saying something.
On their phone.
And you be like, yo, bitch, this ain't TV. I can see you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's like, so when someone says something, she's like, she's scared to come.
He was scared.
She asked the pastor, and he's like, no, I don't go. She's like, see, thank the Lord.
Asking the pastor.
Thank the Lord.
That's the first step in not wanting to go.
Because
the whole world was available to you. Like the whole world of like a new world to you being like, yo, I could be somebody here. And you know what's crazy about that is, I'm not going to fault her because do you know how hard it is to say, fuck it, I'm going to try my life in a new city.
Nigga.
And in the biggest city of all. Top 2 biggest city of all.
New York and LA.
Like if you go, like the choice we made, X amount of years for you, X amount of years ago for me, is we one out of X hundred people that say, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Everybody got a person that go, I'm out of here, y'all. They go, all right, nigga, we'll be back. I'm 12 years in now. I'm out of here, y'all.
I'll be 6 in December.
Like, I never left. I had roommates that came out here to LA with me. I had people that moved out here from their hometowns to LA and they fuck with me when they moved out here. Nigga, when I started open mic comedy back in 2013, comics that moved from another town was from open micing with me. Bro, I am one of the last Mohicans of that crew.
Bro,
10 years is a long time in LA. Like, there's a lot of people that will go back home.
I got a friend back home, right? Millionaire. Nigga he got a McLaren, Cybertruck, all this shit. He's big ass fucking, he's balling, right? This is like a big brother to me, especially because we look alike too.
Yeah.
So when people see us, if I was like, yo, that's my brother, no one will be like, that ain't your brother. They'll be like, oh, I see it. We look alike. He been my OG forever. You know what I mean? I always go to him like, he got bread. So I look up to this nigga. He'll text me randomly, yo, bro, I'm so proud of you. You did this shit that he was like, you're really my inspiration. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? He'd be like, because this nigga's doing good. He was like, I'm here though doing it. He's like, what you did takes way more. Like, he's like, there's people that say they want to do shit. Blah, blah. He was like, bro, he's like, I was with you every step of the way when you bought your house, when you got your bid. I seen you sell that shit to go do this. He was like, bro, that shit inspires me. And hearing shit like that be the thing to get you through on them days where you're like, damn, this ain't work out. And then I get a text message like, yo, you inspire me, dog, because of your
That's the shit that make you think that you're not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I went back home and headlined in St. Louis last time in Helium, niggas from my hood came. And, like, the older niggas, like, niggas that when I was, like, 12, they was, like, grown on the corners and shit. They come to the shows, and I'm like, damn, I remember you. They say some shit like, this nigga on the fucking picture outside. This little nigga used to be running down the block. You know what I'm saying? This nigga we used to be chasing these little niggas. We used to beat these little niggas' ass every day. They making a speech to themselves like this. And I'm just standing there like, and they be like, no, nigga, I'm saying all that shit because we like, nigga, we proud of you, nigga. It's like, anybody else from the hood gonna come out like this? Like, to them, I'm from the hood. I made it out the hood. I'm in Hollywood to them. So now they go out to their jobs, they go back to their regular life and go, nigga, I got little niggas from my hood, nigga, they in Hollywood. And they say that shit proud.
They see a Chocolate Sunday clip, right? Somebody at their job like, yo, this nigga funny except, oh yeah, that's my nigga.
That's my little nigga.
Fuck you talking about, nigga?
Like that shit to them. It's
they
the
made
same thing as nigga to put on some key, nigga put me on, nigga, I got a kilo. Nigga. Like that to them, it's legit. If a nigga go legit, as hood as everybody is, if a nigga go legit and go crazy, that's better than going evil and going crazy. Like,
because that's the easy path.
Exactly.
So I know, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in your city, same thing. I know a lot of dudes from my hood, my city, that are street niggas, that drug dealers made bread, all that, right? Those dudes are people that can run businesses.
Yeah.
They may choose not to, whatever, but
they have the capacity.
But they know. So they're smarter than the average, you know. So when they see what you're doing, they're like, oh, he's
a part of their brain is going
different.
Oh, he gets it.
He gets it because I respect that.
Yeah.
He's doing some shit that, and I'll be like, when I get home, and this is the thing, like, I mean, I've told us a bunch of times, like, I was a street nigga, like, young, selling drugs, guns, all that shit, like, shooting at niggas. I didn't think I was gonna make it to C18, to be honest, 100%. And so when I finally got, like, I got locked up at 16, finally got probate, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm gonna let my parents down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Went to the military. Came home, came right back to the niggas I hustle with.
Yep.
And they respected me and shit. So then eventually I stopped all, you know what I mean? Got a job, all that shit. Then I did this. And they always respected me because I never tried to act like I was something I wasn't.
Right.
Once I realized that street shit wasn't for me, I was like, nah, I work a job. I'd rather be broke than acting like I got to work to get, you know what I mean? So now when they see this, to them, this is, I told you, like, earlier when we was on Tone Show and he said, what do you owe people? My man, the same nigga with the McLaren and all the rich nigga, he owns a business. He'll be like, oh, you got a show at the Improv? Bro, I'll be on vacation with my family, but I'm sending 30 of my employees to the shop. I bought their tickets.
Yeah.
Like, he be like, they gotta go. Like, this is mandatory. Like, I'm paying, you gotta go. But like, bro, you ain't gotta do that. Like, nah, nigga, like, I'm supporting everything you do. Pay for my acting classes, bought one of these cameras. You know what I mean? Like, when they do that shit, they looking at me like, nigga, we with you. Cause we seen, I'm like, damn, that's dope.
You don't realize how much the path is laid out for you. It feels like a church phrase, but it's like, I think about all the time, like when I was growing up, and a lot of dudes in my hood would be like, nah, leave John, leave that little nigga, he can't come, or shit like that. No, nigga, you smart, nigga. Like they would just disqualify me from a lot of shit.
Cameron got lyrics about that.
Leave him here. And I'd be like, nigga, you about to be like a scientist or some shit. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. And I got two older brothers. And they would let them niggas come. Like, yeah, come on. Yeah, y'all, he can't come.
Because them niggas know.
Exactly. It's something that
they see
even in the hood where they was like, nah, that nigga different. And it's the same thing as the athlete, right? The athlete in the hood, like Ricky in the hood or whatever. Like, nigga, that if you an athlete and they like, hey, leave that nigga hoop. Or nigga play football, leave him alone. They would see me and go, no, that nigga gonna be like an accountant or a lawyer or some shit. Leave him alone, bro. Like, I would get disqualified from shenanigans. And so they'd be like, we about to ride. Hey, no, he can't come. They would kick me back off. My brothers would be like, well, go back home or something. Well, I'm on the other side of town. No, go back home. They say you can't come. And I'd be like, what the fuck? But that's who I grew up on. So to me, that was my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the hood. And we all trying to get out. So that's why when we was getting shot at and all that shit, and I'm like, these niggas saved my life. What am I supposed to say to a nigga that saved my life? You know what I'm saying?
When you didn't say that just
Yeah.
so for y'all, we was doing Tone's podcast
Yeah.
right before this. So when you said like the question was, when you get on, do you owe people some money? Like, you know what I mean? Because people said Jay-Z's siblings they should be rich because he's rich. And Tone's question at the end of this episode was, if you do your make it, do you owe somebody? And if so, who and what? And it's like that. Like you said, niggas saved me from getting shot or doing something dumb.
Yeah.
That nigga might be like, yo, I gotta give him something because he saved
Like,
me. I wouldn't be here if it went for
bro, like,
OG homie cuz.
as a adult male, this shit happened, I want to say 20 years ago now. I still remember the bullets flying past me. I could hear them.
I remember you said that on an episode probably like 20 weeks ago, and I was like, what?
And bro, that shit has never left my memory. And that's why I think to ourselves, no matter how far you get in life, the tremors and the traumas of your past is always there for you. And it makes you like circle back to or get back down to earth. But like, I remember running down that alley and everybody was like, run. And I remember I'm like, what the fuck is, like, you don't ask in the moment, you're just like, what is that noise? And then you see somebody fall and you're like, why is he falling? And now I'm just running. And I remember we got to this gangway and there was the fucking gate was about 8 feet tall. And everybody, a couple of niggas started hopping over. They used the wall like ninjas, hop off the wall, jump over the fence. And this one dude from my neighborhood was like 6'5", and he was standing at the gate throwing niggas over. He saw me and was like, nigga, you now threw me over. My brothers had already like left. They was gone down the street.
Now, Audi.
They already made their way. And I remember hopping over that fence and seeing one of the dudes who got shot. And I was like, this nigga saved my life, dog. And we get to like the meetup spot or whatever. And I thought about that shit for the rest of my life. And I was like, this dude, we don't know if that dude that was shooting was running down the alley to catch up with us. All I know is that when I got to the stuck spot, this dude was like, you over. Threw me. He could have got himself over and saved himself. He was like, nah, I'm throwing you over. And to me, that's like war. Like, this thing's like, we got a job to do, but no, that guy has to get saved. I'm going back for that guy.
That's the craziest
and
shit.
So to me, that I was 13, 14 years old, and I was like, he didn't have to do that, dog. I could have been stuck on that fence, and the dudes could have kept running up the alley and being like, we got one.
We got one.
Tell niggas we got one.
Send these niggas.
And exactly. And like, I'm sure he's somebody. I'm sure somebody.
Because they don't know you. They thinking
exactly. Somebody tell them that we got him. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
send this back to your boss.
Exactly. So I was like, dog, that shit, I think about that shit all the time. And what's crazy about that is that dude who saved me died like 2 years ago. And I was in LA when it happened. They was just like, yo, he died. And I was like, I wasn't even working. I didn't have money like that. But I was like, I'll be damned. I'm for sure going to that funeral. Like, I had to go to that funeral. I was like, it'd be crazy for me not to.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm not like a religious person,
Yeah.
right? I'm very spiritual. I believe in like, right from wrong and all that shit. There be so many things I think about in my past that I'll be like, God, this has to be what I'm here for, because so many things that's like mistakes I made that it's like it could have been different. Like, I'll give you an example. I came home from the military in July 2007. My boy, his name is, we call him Lil Wood, Jamel King, rest in peace. He got killed in January of, or maybe February of 08. January, February, I can't remember exactly, but he came home from jail the same month, like maybe the end of June, like a month before I got out the military. But he went to jail when I went, so we basically was going the same amount of time.
Yeah.
I was driving down the street. He was like, yo, oh, what's up, bro? Our birthday's a couple days apart, kicking it with him and shit. So me and this nigga's hanging together every day. And I remember my man had a phone that he was hustling from, but now he's starting to like move weight, so he's not doing the hand-to-hand shit. Lil Wood wanted the phone, which he was like he grew up in this shit. I just came over from the army, like I got a life, you know what I mean? But my man was like, I'm giving it to you. And I remember Wood like, yo, bro, what you doing? This ain't for you. And I was like, nah, I gotta get this money. He was like, you in the way. Eventually gave the nigga the phone or whatever. Pick him up one day. We take him to his PO. He pisses. Yo, pick me up later. We going to the club. Cool. Took a nap. You know, when you take a nap, you wake up, you be like, I ain't going out, dog.
Yeah.
Hit him, yeah, I ain't going out, bro. He like, all right, I'm gonna just hit big man. I'll go out with him. Cool. I wake up the next day on MySpace. Lil Will got killed. That shit ate at me for so long because I was supposed to be with him.
Yeah.
And I didn't go for some reason, you know what I mean? And now I would definitely not have been, it's not like, oh, I could have been there with him. He did some shit that wouldn't have involved me. But so many things had transpired that was like, God took me from there, or whoever you want to, Allah, whatever, is like, I could have done this. And was like, something was like, I'm not doing that. And then some crazy, you like, I should have been there. You like, what the fuck? So I know this shit is destiny.
Ultimately, that you end up thinking the same thing is that I was supposed to be right where I am.